Ho ho ho! Hello everyone! My name is Jackson Prime, aka Jackson Bates himself, and today I want to celebrate the holidays with you all! Actually, that was my Santa accent. Nailed it. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that we have finally went through the whole year of 2023, and oh boy, what a year it was. Yep. Whew. A lot of problems, but we managed to get through them. Yep. All of us together. Though I wasn't actually a part of the community for like a while because I had like other stuff to do. Yep. But since it's almost becoming the holidays in about 3 more weeks, I want to make this video about that. I want to say what a very, very weird year we have been through today. Though at the beginning of the year, it was going to start off good, and then ended up feeling mediocre in the middle, and kind of bad at times, but at least we're almost getting to the end, and I feel like we have a very good positive chance that next year will be much more better. Hopefully no one would screw it up, but hopefully we can have a better time next year. And I guarantee it. But unfortunately, that's not what today's video is about. What today's video is about is that I found something much more interesting and bizarre that I've recently found on the internet just today at school. And it has to do something with Inhumanoids! That's right, you heard that. And also, by the way, it's so cold outside. Or it's probably the freezer I'm standing right next to. This is not unintentional. Okay, this wasn't supposed to be part of the script. And I feel like it's already Friday because the last previous clips of the video actually took place yesterday, Thursday, I guess. Man, that day just went through by quick. But anyway, let's get right into this thing I want to discuss about in this video. Since finally, after waited 3 years for this movie to come out, in about like next year or so, which I mean is Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, I was scrolling down the internet and I thought, wait a second, this feels like Inhumanoids. Now you're all probably wondering, wait a second, Jackson, the cartoon and movie franchise are not connected, and they don't even share anything between each other. Well, unfortunately, this trailer just proved all of us wrong. Why? I'll tell you why. But before I do that, I want to make a review first in this video to discuss what even Inhumanoids is all about. The story starts off in the Big Sur National Park in San Francisco of the government-funded research team called Earth Corps who discovered an amber-cased monster hidden beneath the surface of that era. Meanwhile, a corrupt industrialist named Blackthorn Shore decides to unleash a second monster called Tendril, who is heavily influenced on H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu, except his body is actually made of vines. Meanwhile, back at San Francisco, after the amber-cased monster was discovered, they decided to announce the greatest discovery of the century of what this monster was, and when they were presenting it, the monster inside of the amber case ended up waking up, and the other monster that was released at the digging site earlier is rampaging in San Francisco. And those two monsters were none other than Tendril, and the monster in the amber case was named Decompose. And then the two monsters then started a rampage in San Francisco and then disappeared after a huge explosion that was caused there. Later on, Earth Corps is trying to find some answers to discover the monster's origin until Liquidator discovers there's another race of Inhumanoids called the Mutors who are a smaller type. However, there are 3 types of Mutors called the Redwoods, Granites, and a duo, Magnacore, aka Prior and Crygen. However, the Redwoods explained to Liquidator that they actually once fought the Inhumanoids back at previous times and even fought their leader, Metlar, who has been kept in Magnacore's hold for thousands of years. However, later that night, a nocturnal assault from Tendril attacked Earth Corps' base after trying to figure out how they're going to stop the Inhumanoids from getting to their leader, Metlar. So this forces Earth Corps to track down Tendril and Decompose underground. Meanwhile, Sandra Shore, Blackthorn's sister, discovers her brother's nefarious plot to liberate Metlar and take control of the Inhumanoids to destroy the planet. back to Earth core after exploring underground, after almost being attacked by Tendril Decomposed and being saved by the Grants and rescued by the Redwoods. They decided to go to the government and try to warn their president about it. Unfortunately, the president then replies to them that they have got their budget cut by Senator Masterson, who is actually Blackthorn's backup plan assistant, so that Blackthorn can use Earthcore's budget cuttings to create his own armored suit that he can use to liberate Metlar. So Sandra decides to secretly fund with Earthcore with their fundings and then create new technology so they can use to fight off the Inhumanoids before they can release Metlar. While getting there was a fight between the Granites and the Inhumanoids trying to free Metlar, and then Metlar escapes from Magnacor's clutches and then gets captured by Blackthorn. Well, Magnacor gets captured by the Inhumanoids, but while Blackthorn captures Metlar, Tendril then derails him from Metlar, and then Decomposed kidnaps Sandra, and then turns her into a horrific zombie monster in one of the most iconic scenes in the entire show.
Weak humans! I am one with Decomposed!
After the massive, ridiculous commotion with Metlar and Blackthorn, and, Earthcore decides to become friends with the Granites and decide to create some plans that they can use to stop the Inhumanoids from doing all that stupid stuff. So, Herc Armstrong decides to befriend with the Granites to go and rescue Sandra Shore from Decompose's domain of Skellweb. Dr. Derek Bragg goes up to the surface to warn the Redwoods to stop the Inhumanoids from obtaining power sources. And Augur and Liquidator decide to go to Infernac, which is Metlar's kingdom, to rescue Magnacor, but with Blackthorn following in pursuit. However, Metlar then ends up capturing Blackthorn, while Magnacor frees himself and rescuing Augur and Liquidator to escape from Infernac. Later on, Earthcore was trying to rebuild their facility along with the Mutors, helping them to fix it. Meanwhile, at a Soviet air base, the Inhumanoids stole nuclear missiles that were attained by Blackthorn after explaining where the primal energy sources are. So after raiding the Soviet air base, Blackthorn returns to Earthcore along with Senator Masterson to tell that the Inhumanoids are about to destroy the planet's crusts into the mantle. However, it's been turned out that the Blackthorn has set them up, and that the missiles that the Inhumanoids took in were intended to blow up the Earth's core. So, in any other kind of cartoon, Earthcore decides to stop the Inhumanoids from setting off the bombs at the Earth center of the planet. Dang it, I'm just all over the place today. So after disabling all the missiles, they did kind of blow it up, but not entirely though. The core was still right. It was just been disabled a little bit. And then the Inhumanoids' plan just failed completely, and then the Inhumanoids were then reconfigured into their rightful prisons. It also repeats history, how it all starts. First, Tendril gets put back into a stone chamber, Decomposed gets reconcealed in an amber case, and then Metlar has finally been put back into his weakness prison called Magnetic Fields. And with us, Earthcore celebrates, and everything is all well, except for that Tendril sample they got from earlier. And it starts to, lead to follow-up episodes if you want to watch. So yeah, that is my review on Inhumanoids. Now let's get back onto the real topic of today's video, which is why I think that the Inhumanoids could be in the Monsterverse, if you believe me or not. And here are some reasons why. So, when I was looking on the internet, I found this on Reddit, saying, include the Inhumanoids into the Monsterverse. And this is what the person that said this, that he or she has to say. I first got this idea after watching Kong Skull Island, and the idea a Hollow Earth was discussed. The Earth Corps are a group of scientist soldiers that explore the Hollow Earth and discover and encounter monsters and creatures that live inside the Earth. They ally with some of the good creatures to battle the Inhumanoids, Metlar, Decomposed, and Tendril, who want to control the world and enslave everything. I think this would be a good movie that fits into the overall Monsterverse. Earth Corps could be a branch Under Monarch, the Hollow Earth concept has ground monsters are real. It doesn't have to be directly connected with Kong or Godzilla, and it could add other group of monster enemies. I don't know about this, guys, but if this actually did happen, I would have been excited for that. But the whole point of this actually does make more sense when you look at the trailers and the previous films of how they discuss with elements such as underground civilizations or ancient beasts that live under the surface of the earth and trying to reclaim the surface of the planet, and with scientists breaking out of their borders to obtain power and forbidden knowledge. That's something that the Inhumanoids and the Monsterverse do have direct connection to. And to be honest, I think this does actually have some direct elements and influences from the cartoon, with the Monsterverse being influenced by Inhumanoids, since all the Monsterverse titles have the same tone, or like the same tone or style to the cartoon's title from the 80s, if you think of it. And also, it would also be awesome if the Inhumanoids did in fact make themselves in the big screen within the cinematic Monsterverse. Get it? And, to be honest, it also does bring some influences of that of H.P. Lovecraft, since the Inhumanoids did have some influences on the books from Howard Phillips, who is the father of all cosmic horrors.
Disembodied, floating eye which sees all manner of marvelous phenomena without being greatly affected by them.
So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment, and subscribe to my channel. And welcome to the society, anyways. I am Jackson Bates, aka Jackson Prime, signing out, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, my homies and friends, and warriors, and explorers, and Howard Phillips fans, I guess. Goodbye.